What happened to Rick Ness on Gold Rush? Explained. The miner opens up about his rough season. Rick Ness's return to the series has been marred by problems of all sorts. Hashtag from equipment malfunctions, debt, and bad luck, the miner tries to make ends meet. Hashtag is Ness going bankrupt? If you've seen Gold Rush across the years, you might be familiar with gold miner Rick Ness, a man who left the series for some time, only to return this season, make peace with rival gold miner Parker Schnibel, and try his luck with his team and equipment. But what happened to Rick Ness on Gold Rush that has him in the headlines? There are a few things concerning this Yukon gold miner that put him in the spotlight in the latest season of the popular unscripted adventure reality series on the Discovery Channel. Aside from his temper, drive, and rivalries, the man has had a string of mishaps that put his entire gold mining operation in jeopardy. So let's see what that is all about. What happened to Rick Ness on Gold Rush? Rick Ness, a gold prospector, entrepreneur, and ambitious investor, has been part of the cast of Gold Rush since the debut of the show on the Discovery Channel in 2010. He was there for several seasons until his sudden disappearance from the screens. A couple of Gold Rush seasons went by, and Ness was nowhere to be found. The reason for his leaving from Gold Rush was to focus on his mental health. Ness suffers from a condition called seasonal affective disorder, a condition that affects persons whose lifestyle, whose work, much like Rick Ness's, becomes susceptible to developing depression. This condition also occurs in persons living in regions where the winter and the lack of exposure to natural sunlight affects their body's capacity to make the necessary neurotransmitters involved in normal brain functions implicated in having a good mood. To cope with these kinds of situations, Ness began using drugs to get that brief boost of happiness. But it seems that perhaps he faced his demons, talked with the producers, and found his way back into the show. Ness's appearance, disheveled looks, and changes in his vocal tone are indicative that he might have been abusing substances. Rick Ness is back on Gold Rush. But after battling with that seasonal affective disorder, making his peace with rival miner Parker Schnibel, and acquiring equipment and renting a plot of land, things haven't been easy for this gold miner. The entire season has been nothing but trouble for him. Not only has he not managed to dig up the gold ounces required to pay the debt to his landlord, but a man whose patience is running out every time he pays a visit to Ness to collect the rent envelope and finds it thinner every time.